My name is Simon Holoweiko, and I'm the Associate Director of Bands here at LSU. I conduct the Symphonic Winds. I teach graduate students who are minoring in conducting. I also teach a graduate level wind literature course, undergraduate conducting, and assist with all facets of the athletic band programs. I think what I stress the most is collaboration and an appreciation of music. And all music, not just band, not just large ensemble, not just athletic bands, an appreciation of all music available and the ability to collaborate with one another in that experience. It's something you see in rehearsals often, asking a lot of questions, trying to figure out the why behind we do things. But I think what I do and what others do, our job is to empower students to make their own decisions. And I think the beauty of music is that you have to collaborate and you have to do it daily. And it forces you to make decisions that impact others and be cognizant of those decisions. So if we can find ways to affect positive change and impact somebody's life in a positive direction through music, that's what I would like students to take away with. And not every student is going to be a performer. They're not going to all be educators. And they're not going to all be conductors. Every student's going to find what they want to do in music to some extent, and whether that be an arts administrator or just a consumer of music at some point, they'll be an advocate and they'll be appreciative of what music does, and they will recognize the things that have drawn them to music. So it should fit in seamlessly with the oboe part. And right now it just comes in like the eighth note feels like a 16th. Originally, I wanted to do computer science and engineering. That was my plan. And I had a meeting with my high school band director to talk about future plans past high school, as all of his students had to do. And he sort of chuckled and said, maybe you should do music. And I chuckled because I was like, this is a hobby. I'm not super serious about it. You know, I've had great times. Many of my closest friends are from high school music programs and my college music experience, and they continue to be, but it was not what I wanted to do for a job. And then I started filling out applications, and I was like, well, I really don't know what I want to do now. And it came to the deadline of, you need to pick something. So I went into music education, completed that degree, and loved it. As soon as I sort of got into the student teaching and the more hands-on in classrooms, that is where I sort of decided, yeah, I want to do this. And it was because you get the opportunity to see students making sort of all these little connections, these little light bulb moments, and these moments of extreme growth and excitement that you sort of miss in other professions, I think. Hardly any percussion in third movement, even though it's rarely really rhythmic. Just sort of strange. Wonder what that is. Programming is such a big question. It's something that I really love. It's also something that I really dread because for me, it's so challenging to find the right thing or the right things to go together. And I think what we need to do, or what I think about at least, is finding a way to include everybody to the furthest extent possible that we can in our programming, in our teaching, in what we choose to put in front of students, because that becomes what the curriculum for us in the large ensemble world is driven through. You know, what are they experiencing? What are they taking away from pieces? What are they being exposed to with pieces? Do they know why we choose these pieces? So you're looking at who are the students in your classroom. You're looking at how pieces function together in terms of storylines. You know, are you trying to tell a theme? Are you trying to describe an event? Are you trying to provide some cultural insight to something that maybe people haven't experienced before? But it's a difficult thing. It's something I take really seriously. It's something that I pride myself on deeply. And it's something that outside of sort of the rehearsal process, and I certainly ask students for input about what are pieces you like, what are things you would like to play, what have you played in the past. But it's also things outside of LSU where I'm calling colleagues and going, here's what I'm thinking. What do you think about this? Or I have these two pieces that go sort of together that I really like and I think will work. What would you put with them? So there's always collaboration in the classroom. There's always collaboration outside of the classroom. Who is leading the sound at the opening? Trumpets. Okay, so everybody's got to be inside trumpet sound right away. So the things that attract people to LSU, and speaking as someone who was sort of viewing LSU from a distance, they're the obvious things when you're going sort of through music schools. You hear about programs and you hear about people that are at the highest level of what they do. And LSU has always been a place of that stature. There are top tier programs in every area, in orchestral, in bands, in opera, in choral, in music education, in performance, in applied studios. Everything that happens here is world class. And I've been fortunate in my short time here to have had many experiences that I feel have pushed me to be a better educator, a better role model, a better person. And it's something that I don't take for granted, and I don't think anybody really takes for granted. But a place like this has so much to offer, and you don't really know that until you're on campus and you're in the world of it and not viewing it from afar. And as soon as I got to campus, I realized that this is a place about people. It's a place about community. It's a place with incredible students, incredible faculty that all work together, that all challenge each other, that all collaborate. And that is what's really special about LSU. We here want the world to know that we love music. And we want the students to know that we love them. We love the music they're making. And we want people to know that we love what we do.